Hey, what's up guys? This is Enemy Stan User and today is a oh so awesome day because we will be talking about the strange greatness that is a little bit of Todo and this brother mentality that seems to be instilled in the story, and especially around Yuji and his growth not only as a Jujutsu sorcerer but also as a character as well. Please remember to like and sub and to spread the word about the channel. I would really appreciate it a lot. But let's get right into the video. Now, when I first saw and read Todo in the manga as well as the anime, I was like, what does this character mean when he says brother? Why is he this way? Why is he this crazy dude? He's definitely off his knocker. But when you think about the type of person Todo is and his preference, tall woman with a big butt, yes, he definitely has some good taste indeed. A man of true culture where it does count. But he posed this question to Yuji and Yuji genuinely answered his taste, and it's the same as Todo's. And something sparked from Todo's mind of memories that never happened, forged thoughts of a friend that was true and was always there for him. And even if these memories are false, when Yuji truly answered this question from his heart about what his preference was, again, very good taste. Todo at this point, he knew the potential Yuji had and the brotherly love, you could say, both Yuji and Todo could actually share in the future. And you could see from that point on, Yuji was a different person. He was slightly different as a sorcerer, and he never looked back. Todo was like, we got him, and proceeded to sculpt Yuji into an extremely extraordinary sorcerer that may one day stand at the top. But thinking again to their initial preference, it may be stupid, it may be immature or dumb, but those raw and genuine emotions brought Yuji and Todo together, making an unstoppable team. You may even liken Todo to a character like in another series like Bleach with Kenpachi Zaraki, and how him as a character and his relationship with Ichigo. And I'm pretty sure Kenpachi was a bit of an inspiration for Todo that Gigi implemented, and there are a ton of similarities. But one similarity I wanted to point out was that sort of innate tenacity, or something that I like to call battle tendency. And it's like a call or a drive for battle and that prowess, and to be the best and the most powerful in all aspects of the fight, no matter if it's the technique or just that mindset, just to dominate the battlefield. So when you consider both Ichigo and Yuji's interactions with opponents, they definitely have that desire to be strong, that desire to be the strongest and to grow as fighters. And they don't want to be considered weak or to fall behind in any sort of way. Then seeing their initial interactions with Kenpachi or Todo, and both Todo and Kenpachi being extraordinary opponents, not just with their power but with that unbreakable mentality. Yuji and Ichigo were pushed to the limits and forced to grow as fighters, almost in more like a teacher and student relationship, but it's much more than that. It's like fellow warriors sharpening each other's skills and blades per battle. And you know, both Kenpachi and Todo were looking, they were searching for opponents to satisfy their own desire to fight and to have an equal, even if they were a little different with each of their characters, but they definitely wanted nothing to get in the way of their goal. But stepping away from that example a little bit, I think Gojo perceived that Todo would be a very good fit for Yuji and saw the potential that they have as opponents in the Goodwill event. And Yuji and Todo were even enough to take on special grade Curse Hanami. And you could clearly tell in that short amount of time Yuji was with Todo, he really grew as a sorcerer, unlocking newfound strength and finesse with his own power, and had enough focus to perform continuous Black Flash attacks, which is absolutely insane. The dynamic between Yuji and Todo is just, to me, it's just pure fun, and I feel that it may be a bit overlooked seeing how popular other things are, but they are definitely brothers and share that brotherly connection and are completely in sync when they do fight together, no matter what the opponent is. Another moment too, now going into more manga territory, deep in the Shibuya incident, it showed they aren't just in sync when it comes to fighting, but with each other's feelings as well. And during this point in time, Yuji was at a real low point. He had just lost against Chozo. He let Sukuna take over and wipe out a whole section of the city, along with hundreds of innocent civilians, killing them. And he witnessed his sensei Nanami die in the worst possible way in front of him, as well as seeing his classmate and friend Nobara essentially die at Mahito's hands. And all of these things go against Yuji's desire to help and to save others and to try to give people proper deaths, as he calls it. And he has this sort of hero complex. But dealing with all this, Yuji's heart was broken, and his will and resolve, it had faded out. And Yuji was done. In tears, he just gave up, and he could not forgive himself for all this travesty and this horror happening around him in this really dark world. And I would even be convinced to say that Yuji, he was a bit suicidal due to his words and the state he was in. He was just in a really dark place at this point. But Todo came to his aid, actually encouraging Yuji enough to get back on his feet with a awesome and tremendous speech that he gave. And that is why I feel that this brother mentality is so important to both Yuji and to this story. It is unconditional. Todo, he did not swoop in. He's not facing all this evil and death and fighting with Yuji for no reason. Todo faces all the evils of this world because he loves his friend and he loves his brother, and Yuji is worth it. And now with the Curse Room Chozo, Yuji was forced to adapt to his power and to grow as a sorcerer. Even if Yuji did lose, the amount of prowess Yuji gained from that fight was enough to earn Chozo's respect for his brother. Even later on, Yuji is mentioned as a demon god from Chozo in terms of Yuji's power. Even Chozo's mindset switched with him knowing now that Yuji is his actual blood brother due to Noritoshi Kamo, or rather Kenjaku, inhabiting Yuji's mother, making both Chozo and Yuji literal blood brothers, as ironic as that sounds. It is still, though, unconditional, as Chozo, he is willing to take on any threats for his siblings, including Yuji, and never once gave any thought about having revenge for Yuji killing Iso and Kechizu after finding out that they are related. It is purely unconditional love, and Chozo is an ally for the sorcerers for his brother's sake. It is still a little strange that these characters refer to Yuji as brother, even others in the manga notice it, but the relationships Gigi Akutami is making is extremely awesome, and the fights and the situations these brothers get into are not only epic, but also really inspirational. And it will truly be a sight to behold when we see all three of these characters meet together, which I think will happen, and with each other's company or with fighting some threat. Both Chozo and Todo, they really have a special thing going on with Yuji, and an unbreakable bond, really rather a brotherly bond. But as the series goes on, we could potentially see more characters adopt this sort of brother-like attitude toward Yuji, maybe like Yuta Okotsu or even Chozo's other Curse Room siblings. But this sort of brother mentality is definitely not going anywhere in the series, and it is a really, really nice part of the series in Jujutsu Kaisen. But thank you guys for watching to the end. Please guys, let me know what you think about the video and share your favorite brother moment in JJK. But remember to check out my other video on Todo, as well as my video on the power ranking I just made for Jujutsu Kaisen if you're interested. And I also have a Discord up if any of you want to talk or chat about anything at all of cool stuff or in manga and anime related things. It doesn't even have to be related to JJK, but I would just be thrilled to chat and kind of grow the community a bit more. But remember to like, share, and subscribe for more manga and anime related content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.